Hello and welcome to everyone here at the Gnostic Takeover. Just gonna move this camera here, okay, because Liz is taking some time off today. You're just with me today. Steve. Hey everyone, it's been a while. The channel here at the Gnostic Takeover has had a little bit of a break for good reason, as I will get into. You'll hear everything that I need to share in this moment today. Just going to do a quick audio check if everything is in place. Channel here. Okay. We're doing good. Looks like we're doing mighty good. And welcome everyone here officially. We're in the live stream. I've not done a live stream since one day before my birthday, 27th of March. So it's been quite a while, and what an opportunity to speak with you today. So many things have happened since the last video. That was, I think, episode 7 of Walking on Earth, where I did the victory and glory. I was making official, pronouncing it to the world, my inner fire that's kindling and burning for freedom, the only one true freedom. And yeah, that was the last time we saw each other. And since that day, I was talking about at the very end, and goodness me, do we have a lot to talk about? Do we have a lot to share with you? I mean, I don't have it here at the moment, but just to give you a clue, we've got a whole filled a college block filled with information from plant medicine intelligence, the intelligence of the plant kingdom, the intelligence that informs the Amazon rainforest and all the rainforests, all the forests on Earth, the plant medicine ayahuasca and datura that represent the highest form of intelligence here on Earth. And this intelligence is speaking to you right here, right now, because guess what? In the new paradigm that is groundbreaking and being initiated here on Earth right now, that the Gnostic Takeover, me and Liz have been instructed to initiate this new paradigm here on Earth, right here, right now. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen next year. It's happening right now. As always, as with everything natural, it comes organically. It's an organic growth process. And right now we're in the process of fasting. I'm gonna get deep into that later in the video. And we're also still in the process of living in this sort of environment. That's all we have here right now. We have one room. From a materialistic perspective, me and Liz downgraded from 90 square meters, or around about 90 square meter apartment, to a little tiny room with there's maximum 18 square meters, and that's the absolute maximum. 2 people and 2 beautiful cats that we have here also. And this is what we had to do. This is what we have to do in order to fulfill the task we were given by the highest intelligence here on earth, the intelligence that Satan runs the fuck away from, if he even exists. And this satanic cult, okay, this pedo-satanic criminal network is brought to its knees through forces of ultimate power. Again, I ask the question, who in the alternative media arena talks about the highest form of intelligence, plant kingdom intelligence, forces of ultimate power that are taking back the earth right now, and that every single stupid idea like financial crisis, financial crash, another war that's going to hit Europe, and the war is happening in Ukraine, and the war is going to expand, it's going to come into our nation, the United States of America, and we need to uphold the Constitution or the Magna Carta here in England because we're at war with these elites, and it's going to get worse even now because you have to wake the masses up. More people have to wake up because otherwise these evil social engineers, the dark occultists, however you want to call them, they will rule over you with a smart grid, the 5G, the 6G, the 7G being powered, and you're being pounded by these hardcore technological frequencies in the smart city environment because you will only have a small little apartment when the financial crash happens. And that's why you need to wake the others up. Have you heard that one before? I certainly have heard it many times. And it's all nonsense. Okay? It's just a man with an opinion speaking here. You make up your own mind. However, I chose to not engage in that drama anymore. My life is fully in my hands. It's called sovereignty. It's mental, emotional, action-based sovereignty. That is the foundation for the truth and for freedom. And therefore, I cannot be dependent on the awakening process of any kind of masses. And that's clear thinking. That's what clarifies things. And I can get out of the drama of other people who regurgitate what they heard from other people. You see, the alternative media arena that claims to be different to the mainstream, they do the same. They repeat over and over and over and over the same stories. Who gives a fuck about the Rothschilds? Who gives a fuck about the Rockefellers? I certainly don't give a fuck about them. I used to, till like a year ago still. I was all into that. And then I realized it's all a big fucking shit show. That's what it is. You see, we're speaking with not even 10 minutes in here at the Gnostic Takeover. Oh boy, we're speaking truth here. And I don't care what anyone thinks about it. You know why they hide the truth and why they don't want anyone speaking the truth? And when someone claims, that's all I'm doing, I claim that I'm speaking the truth. I leave it all up to you what to make of it. Then that someone, he can't be real. Oh, he must be crazy. He thinks he's speaking the truth. Yeah, because if no one speaks the truth, then the truth never gets spoken, the truth never gets found out, and the whole dynamics of the situation here on Earth doesn't change. That's why they hide the truth. Because the truth is akin to a thermonuclear weapon to the enemies of life. They can only exist in an environment of lies to continue perpetuating their lies. And that's why the Gnostic Takeover doesn't get interviewed. That's why Steve doesn't get interviewed. It also has other aspects to it. I'm not meant to be interviewed also in this time, so I don't hold any grudges. Okay, I get on with the job, but still, ever since I came out public, in my last interview I ever did with Mark Devlin, where we talked about taking down the high priest of Satanism here in Austria, in St. Corona. Yeah, that's what the Gnostic Takeover has done. I've said it many times. We went there. Oh, and they're not as clever as you think they are. However, don't underestimate the enemy. We've been through a lot. It's been an incredible journey. 1.5 years since that Saint Corona adventure. And most of all, I'm really grateful to the plant medicine, ayahuasca and datura, the force of allies that stands with the Gnostic Takeover. You see, I have no idea who is watching these videos. There's not a lot of engagement at the Gnostic Takeover, unfortunately. This will change with time once we get settled also, because for 1.5 years it's just been immensely challenging. And yeah, that's why it will be great to hear from anyone here. Alright, how are you doing? Just drop a comment underneath. For the time being, however, I cannot comment because I'm right in the middle of a war here, of what I'm going to go into in the slides. I've got slides prepared. I'm right in the middle, right at the epicenter of this gigantic war that has been taking place here on Earth. Anyone will realize that this war has accelerated ever since the turn of this decade, 2020. And in the very beginning I knew that this is a genocide. From the very beginning, they didn't have to mention the V word. I already knew this is genocide. And since then, I took the clear step, the clear decision that no matter what it is, I have to find out what the truth is, no matter how painful it is, because I knew that's the only way we're going to get out of this conundrum that we find ourselves in. We ourselves, as representatives of mankind, we ourselves have to take full responsibility for this situation, okay? And not blame the Rothschilds or the Klaus Schwabs or any of these other circuit clowns on their shit show. That's all it is. They have hidden the real dynamics of this control system. They have infiltrated every single sector of the alternative media arena. I don't say that everyone is not genuine. However, they catch everyone in the net when you do not know the workings of infiltration. They've tried to infiltrate the Gnostic Takeover many, many times. Also, our German channel has been attempted to be infiltrated. They are masters of deception and infiltration, and it was only due to the guidance of plant medicine that we know how to suss this infiltration very quickly. And people would be absolutely shocked to find out, if you really were to find out, the level of deception that goes on in all the information channels. It's a shocker. However, it's good news, because that brings us back to ourselves. We need to take responsibility. It's not going to be the David Icke, the Mark Passio, or any of the other commentators that cover specific fields. Mark Passio is a placement of this control system to water down and limit the access to real information about natural law. That's what he's here for. David Icke is there as a gatekeeper for a clear understanding about the nature of reality. And John Lam Lash is also a placement of the archons that run this control system to put a cap on the information about Gnosticism, which is the reason why all of these people want nothing to do with the Gnostic Takeover, which is good, because I do not waste my time in speaking to the demented psychology of the enemies of life that they serve. And everyone make of it what you want. I learned a lot from the books of David Icke, from the presentations of Mark Passio, and the book from John Lam Lash. However, it does not stop me from speaking out about these people, because they deceive people and keep them trapped in a worldview that keeps people locked in the matrix control system. So people need to find their own way out of the labyrinth, and the only way we can do that is by sharing the truth the way we see it. I have had to live only in the truth for at least the last 3 years. I have no idea how I got to this point. I've just been guided and supported along the way. That's what happens when you stand in the one and only truth, and you actually mean it. You actually follow through with it. You actually go the distance. You don't stop. You don't halt at any level of understanding. You don't bullshit people, and you are never controlled by other interests. The Gnostic Takeover is not supported by anyone. The Gnostic Takeover received €100 from one man in Sweden. Thank you so much to you, and thank you for your email. It was very intelligently formulated. I cannot write back in this moment because we are manifesting our new home, and that takes all of our focus and our attention. However, with time, I will explain also about the matrix simulation and the difference that there is a natural field. There is a natural field of intelligence that manifests a natural organic reality, and there is an artificial field represented by the 5G network matrix and the other microwave radiation G's generations, where they're implementing the smart grid on the 4D level of the Archon frequency spectrum of the matrix control system. And yes, they want to lock humanity into the technological grid and have artificial intelligence dictate our perception and dictate our experience of reality. They want to make batteries of us, and it's not only just making us batteries, but we have been batteries to this Archon vampire empire that has been at least 100 years. We don't know history. I studied history to find out that we don't know hardly anything about history. We're just beginning to find out with the mud flood and the Great Tartarian Empire that I have no time to research, which I'd like to, but you see, I'm following my purpose that I have to serve. So we're breaking free of the matrix control system. This is what's happening. And I claim, okay, happy to be proven otherwise, I claim that the Gnostic Takeover, meaning me, Steve, and Liz, are the first people to exit this matrix control system. I say this with absolute confidence because if someone would have exited the matrix control system, they would have taken over. They would have initiated a takeover and not let everyone hanging by the ropes and let humanity, mankind down and actually take down the psychopathic class, the vampire empire. That's what an enlightened, a being completely out of the matrix control system of mind control would do. It hasn't happened yet because no one here on earth, no matter what Buddhist, no matter who's meditating for 30 years and just drinking water, they're not enlightened because they have not confronted and taken down the psychopathic class and its control system. It's that simple. And this is exactly what needs to happen here on Earth. This is real light work, taking down the shadow empire and putting it into its place. Them on their knees. Them. The parasites, the psychopaths, and the network that run this control system. That's what we're doing here at the Gnostic Takeover. That's what we're doing here. We are only supported by the truth, the forces of ultimate power that we serve. We're happy to have all of you here, listening here. And we're at a really important stage right now. I'm 3 days into another fast. Okay, this is the update. We did a 14-day fast. Not eating anything, obviously. No soups also. The maximum that we had was apple juice and melon juice, but only every 3 or 4 days. and the rest was just good old water from the source and some tea, and it done me and Liz mightily good. However, we did not yet achieve what we wanted to achieve. That's why we got the instructions from the plant medicine to do another fast. So today I'm speaking to you in the third day of not eating again, and just drinking water. Also no watermelon juice, also no apple juice, because guess what? We at this moment cannot afford apples or melons at this moment. Which is the reason why anyone who resonates with this message, who can support, we're happy to receive your support. And that's it. If you feel the call, right? Money's here to be circulated and not to be grasped onto, unless you want to, of course. I mean, go and have it on your bank account, okay? However, when money is in circulation and we support the people and the projects that they're really doing, when we realize that there's people who take 14-day, 7-day fasts to take down the control system, and you feel the vibe, you feel the resonance, there's nothing greater than giving. I would give if I had. So thank you to everyone who can give. And also it's been quite difficult for us to receive support. You wouldn't guess, would you? Oh, they're taking back the earth. They must be drowning in support. No, it's not the case. Every single one listening here, you are the one that can take that responsibility. And that guy in Sweden who donated 100 euros to us, it made all the difference. We could feed our cats, and we could break our fast, have watermelon juice, and it just kept us going from one single individual. It always starts with one. So who's ready from the Gnostic Takeover listeners here to step up? No matter what it is, if it's a 20 euro, you are supporting us in a massive way. Absolutely massive way. And everyone will receive more than that back with what we have in plan. Once we get over the threshold of the situation we find ourselves in right now. It's a very difficult situation that me and Liz find ourselves in right now, which is also the reason why my project that I started in March 2023 of getting the Mentalist channel started has failed, because I cannot start a new project when I'm still engaged in taking down the control system inside of me. I have to fully transcend this program, the Wetiko matrix construct, the matrix construct that the spirit of evil has kept all of mankind in until now. I have to transcend that first, and life is full of surprises. Like this live stream is an absolute surprise that this is actually taking place, because I wanted to get off the internet airwaves while I'm on a fast, because that takes down the control system even more. But I had that inner calling today to speak to you, because I did an update in German the other day, and therefore it's time to do the English also today. So we're nearly half an hour in. So much to share, isn't there? Let's take a little bit of a break. Let's breathe a little bit. Remember that we're still breathing. Oh, Barefoot Sage, great to tune in. Yeah, thanks, mate. Great to have all of you here. Yeah, I'm writing for a change. I normally don't do that. It's always good to change. Try something new, like a fast. Oh my goodness, the fast. I'm going to be talking about it also in the slides. That really takes down the control system inside of you. Oh my goodness. And yeah, it's difficult. Oh, do I think about great food that I want to prepare? How often I've gone through the Thai curry that I'm preparing. I mean, it's incredible. Oh my goodness, that is so hidden. Oh, that is such a hidden gem. Oh, and people don't like to hear it. Of course not. Because only we can alleviate the situation here on Earth. And it's so simple. And you see, I went through a whole year speaking at every single demonstration here in Austria. Totally outside, in the outside world, speaking in front of up to 10,000 people. And I thought I was making all the change in the world. And you know what? All it did was get me into trouble, which was meant to happen. I had like 10 to 20,000 euro fines, of which I only paid on the day. I paid 4 of them when the police and agents of the control system broke into our home. That day I was forced to pay because I didn't want to go obviously into their prison cell, so I paid them 757 euros, but the rest I never paid because I found out how I could challenge them lawfully. I learned the law, learned about contract law, and learned about infinite private liability, which shachmats them. This is the law. All the information material that I have still got for everyone about the law. I mean, we've got so much information to share, it bamboozles the mind. And what makes me very confident that we're getting out of the situation that we find ourselves in here to just have one single room, and you have not even heard about the circumstances that we live in here. It's just incredible. It's a real massive challenge, but I love it. I love facing the challenge. I love facing the fear. The only thing that evaporates and eliminates fear is to confront it. Oh, and did we have to face our fears the last 1.5 years? This is what ayahuasca and datura does, okay? For everyone who's like, oh, you see how lucky they are? They've got the protection of the plant medicine. Well, only if you face your fears. You really have to be prepared for that. But I was prepared for that. I was ready to do that. Because you know what? I had enough of the bullshit. I absolutely had enough. And you see, we make all the difference in the world when we make a clear choice. I made the choice back then in 2017. I meditated for hours. I put my intention out there. I was reading John Lamb Lash's book, Not in His Image, reading about the Gnostic narrative, the Sophia myth of the earth. He reproduced the narrative of the earth from his perspective of how John decoded the Nag Hammadi texts that were found in 1945 in Egypt. And I was crying my heart out reading about the earth and how much I felt for the earth, how much I care about the earth, how much I care about mankind. It activated me, and I just gave the intention, I'm here for you, earth. I dropped my studies. In this system I was a nobody, a loser. My life is leading to nowhere. I was in depression, totally depressed, sick of the situation. And that made me go on my journey to take back the earth, to take down the enemies of life. And I've really experienced it, how powerful we truly are. No matter how often they mind control you and tell you you're nothing, and that your intentions don't work, and that your path is leading nowhere. I've experienced how powerful we are. Every single individual. You don't need anyone else to discover your power. The right people will be drawn into your life to make all the difference in the world. And with me, it's only one single individual, and that's Liz. And our cats that are also helping us in ways we cannot really see. But cats are energy transformers, for anyone who doesn't know that. So it's all about walking the path. It's all about continuing with the path. When people say that you're on the wrong track, go fully for it. Totally continue. Because your environment is hacked by the matrix of the spirit of evil. By this intensely deep mind control program. This mind control program is so deep, I cannot explain it in words. You have to make the experience yourself. And once we here at the Gnostic Takeover, we receive a new home, a new house, which is imminent now. We know it's imminent. That this network, this criminal mafia network that stole Liz's child, that trespassed on our property on the 28th of February 2022, they attacked us with such an intense energy that time, ever since we left St. Corona. They attacked us with such dense energy we had to smudge our house at least 10 times with dragon blood. And dragon blood is about the most potent ingredient. Here's a tip for everyone. If you want to smudge your room, if you want to have a complete reset of your own home, if you really want to make a big change, there is dragon blood. Get hold of it, read about it. It's just my idea that the plant medicine put into me, because I had no idea about dragon blood. It cut through every black magic spell of these black magicians that were trying to get me and Liz into trouble. And we came through all of that. And you see all of that intense pressure that this network put us under, we transformed that, and now that energy is being put into their faces. That's what they don't like, these criminals. Oh, they're the first ones to dish out all the punches, but they can't take it when you start punching them back. You see, they're schoolboy bullies. They're nothing. They're no one. You're listening? Your entire network is nothing. Satanic high priest of Satanism. In St. Corona, you're not even allowed to clean my shoes. You pathetic piece of shit. I don't fear no one of you. No one of your clown circus, of your police, of your satanic judges who think they're so mind controlled that they think they can judge someone. No, I know exactly that you were mind controlled by classical conditioning, and just because you got a piece of paper where they put bullshit into your mind for 10 freaking years at university, you think you can judge people. You're a piece of loneliness. Privately liable for every single crime that you're committing in the mafia. And here's the one speaking, holding you, all of you, liable. That's power. Go and prove me otherwise, for I'm the danger. I'm not in fear of you. I've transcended fear. I'm the one to tell you that your shit show and your pathetic theatrics that you've been playing here on Earth, letting multinational corporations destroy rainforests, run a pedo-satanic criminal network, slaughtering the animals, and just thinking, oh, yeah, because it's our culture, it's okay to have a barbecue and slaughter animals and just have a barbecue. No, you're wrong! And you're going to feel the consequences of your actions. And it is so because I say so. And because there's not a damn thing that you can do about it, because if you were able to do something about the Gnostic Takeover, you would have done it the last 1.5 years. But you can't. Because there is natural order. Because there is such a thing as natural law. Because I am the law when I am in morality. It's the one and only truth that you want to hide from now. You see, these criminals, they want to attack you with the densest of energies, attack you and make you all paranoid and make you lose your mind. They're all about attacking you. And then the penny spills on them. The tide turns. And suddenly, the last few months, we don't hear anything from the network. Oh, because now they're losing. Because now they have to give me and Liz a new home and 369,000 euros. We've given them their command. We commanded them to give us a new home, a new house, right by a lake in the Salzkammergut. It's going to be a center of Gnosticism here in Austria. The first center of Gnosticism. It's going to be our new home. And we're going to invite people there, do ceremonies, education about the new paradigm which we're initiating. We've commanded them, and suddenly they're all scared. Suddenly they're in the shadows, they want to hide. But they can't hide. They've committed genocide here. And now you have to pay, because there is such a thing as justice. However, it needs someone to invoke it and to live it and to actually do what they say. Everything I say here, I do. I wouldn't be laughing about the criminal mafia and holding them liable, telling them, yeah, go and prove me otherwise if I was in fear of them. I'm not. Because I know the nature of reality. And I know that it is my destiny, my purpose to take back the earth. And everyone has their role in all of this. I'm just a pioneer of the new paradigm. That's why I'm quadruple Aries. 4 times fire. Pioneering the initiation of the new paradigm here on earth. That's what I do. I don't know what other people do. None of my business. However, we're gonna help everyone discover themselves. We can only provide knowledge. There's no savior here. I'm not a savior. I'm a man. There is only the knowledge and the application of that knowledge. There is only cause and effect. There's only new causes that you can set and new effects that are the result of the new causes that you've set, while eliminating the old causes, from your old life. We need to shed our skins of our old life. That's what we're doing here. That's why I've not done the mentalist channel yet. That's why this material is not available yet, because I still have to shed my old skin. What's the mentalist channel good for when I'm still not a mentalist? How do I want to do a podcast about transcending the matrix when I'm still in the process of doing so? Everything has its time, but I tell you, every single day me and Liz were doing our absolute best, and that's why we're making all the difference. That's the reason why all the COVID measures were dropped here in Austria. It's because of the plant medicine work that me and Liz have been doing. Oh, you think that's a joke? Oh, no one can do that? Well, there are people here on earth that actually trust themselves and have confidence in their actions. And on the day I went to St. Corona, they imposed forced vaccination here on the population. I said on that day that it was a bluff. And after the ceremony with Errol on the 12th of February, it was announced on the 13th of February 2022 that the agenda of forced vax has been scrapped. Go figure, we're powerful, yeah, especially when you work with this medicine. And you face what you have to face for freedom. There's nothing more important than freedom. Without freedom, we have nothing. And without the truth, we have no freedom. And that's why we go for the full truth here. And that's where many people get pissed off. So that's actually interesting. Right now in the live stream I can see that's weird. However, I can only continue. Let me just check quickly how the stream's going. Thank you everyone for joining. That was quite the start. And yeah, no, it looks good. Okay. Mine was just playing up. Good. So I think we've got our first part here. Let me just start with part 2. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, we've been through the most incredible of challenges, but we just keep going. And at the end, our intention is manifested reality. But it comes at the end, and you just have to keep pushing, keep going. When everyone is saying you're on the wrong track, you're actually on the right track. Because in order to be a real mentalist, if you really want to make all the change in the world, your will has to be stronger than the will of the entire environment. It's the individual versus the collective. Don't care what the others think. You have to know what you're doing. And if you're insecure, that's the program that comes up to be purged, to be eliminated. And that's what we do here at the Gnostic Takeover. And for the new paradigm, we need to purge the old paradigm, the old program. Alright, so let me get started. Thank you everyone for tuning in. So we've got 8 people, wonderful. Hello everyone. Great to have you. So let me jump right in. What is really going on here on Earth? That's the mighty question. This is a very important question. Well, I'm happy to share my perspective on this, my idea from this. What I can guarantee everyone is that my perception is very strongly influenced by the highest form of intelligence that exists here on Earth, and it's called plant medicine. Ayahuasca and Datura in the case of the Gnostic Takeover. So, what is really going on here on Earth? What's really happening? You see, truth is the most important, as I've said. Truth is a discovery process. Okay? Finding out the truth all in one go is not possible. It's not how things work. It would be too overwhelming for us. That's the experience that I have gone through, that I can share with you. And the thing with truth is that it is the rarest thing in the world. So I just want to mention that I do really appreciate myself in sharing all of this with you, because it is really important, and I share all of this with you not just because I'm meant to do this. I love to do this. I love to talk about the subjects that I talk about. This is exactly what I'm here to do. But it really can be appreciated for one individual speaking the truth that they see it has and can potentially have life transformative effects for other people. Now, I've had that in my life also, for which I was very appreciative to the people who precipitated such a thing. So again, I want to mention everyone can support the Gnostic Takeover in its endeavor to take back the Earth. Underneath in the description, you can make a PayPal donation to stevey@gmx.at. It's underneath in the description, and the bank account details are also underneath in the description. We lost our website where people would usually be able to donate because we couldn't pay the website anymore, which is good because it was no good anymore. It was time for it to leave, so therefore it's all good. So that being said, we move forward with the truth and ask the question, what is really going on here on Earth? What does the Gnostic Takeover think about this? There is a full spectrum dominance model that is systematically being implemented by the enemies of life, the Archon Vampire Empire, and they are waging a full spectrum dominance warfare against the truth. Not exactly on humanity, but in their dementia, because I know the enemies of life, I've studied them to detail, and if the plant medicine teaches you something, the highest form of intelligence, the plant medicine would teach you about energy vampirism, about energy harvesting system of the archons. That's what it teaches you. So that you stop giving your energy in the multitude of ways that they have set up, their energetic pathways, their energetic gateways. Taxation is just one example of how the archons trawl of your energy. They're at war with the truth, and mankind is destined. Every single member of mankind has the potential to discover the truth. Everyone is here for a reason. All this Jesus thing is all religion, okay? No one is interested in religion here at the Gnostic Takeover. We throw religion into the dustbin and put Jesus and God in there too. Everyone who's got a problem with that, that is your problem, not the problem of the Gnostic Takeover. Because there is no Jesus and there is no God in nature. And truth can only be discovered in the working dynamics of the universe, the working dynamics of nature, of which every single technological development is a copy from. Every single technological systems, AI, are nothing but a copy of the natural world that is rooted in the penultimate source of all things. And that's what the demented enemies of life are at war against. They want to substitute culture, their technocratic culture, with nature. And this is the reason why they are at war with the forces of ultimate power that I'm basically channeling here. They are at war with me. And this is the reason why they're going to lose, because I'm a winner. I anchor myself in the information of truth, right information. I live my life according to right information. I do not harm any other sentient beings with my actions, which is the reason why I do not eat meat. I do not partake in any harmful behavior to any other sentient beings. And I eliminate all energetic connection and all energetic gateways where my energy is being harvested by a parasitic force. And this is the basis of how I transcend the control system of the Archons. At the very foundation, this is an energy, frequency, vibration war. They want to lock everyone and the entire collective of humanity and mankind into a limited frequency spectrum that is governed by fear and guilt. Okay, those two interlink with each other, because guilt is the result, feeling guilty for something is the result of fear, because we do not know ourselves. We don't owe nothing to anyone when we have not harmed anyone. It's an energy, frequency, vibrational war, and they want to lock everyone into this frequency spectrum of fear. That's why the enemies of life have always run programs of collectivism. That's the link that connects all of the totalitarian systems that have existed here on Earth. From Nazism to communism to the technocratic European Union system that is the international crime syndicate mafia that is run from a background force of energy vampires. That's what the high priest of Satanism really is. He's just an energy vampire on top of their pyramidical structure. And they run collectivist programs to mind control everyone, so you stay in tune with society, and everyone who breaks out of society automatically becomes a loner because, oh, he's a bit weird. That's how I lost all my friends. Yeah, because I wanted the truth. When you go with the truth, you lose all your friends. Suss it. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to take back the earth. Because guess what? I have a problem with people being genocided on the earth that I live in. Go figure. I've got a problem with genocide. So I'm quite happy to lose my friends when I know that this is the path that I have to take, and that this path will take down the enemies of life and will make them pay for all the crimes that they've committed, when they make it look like they can just get away with everything. You're not getting away with nothing, says this one. And it's up to every single individual to transcend this frequency spectrum of war, energy, frequency, and vibration. Everyone's that's why responsibility lies at the heart of creation. Everyone is self-responsible to raise their energy, frequency, and vibration. And the only way to raise it is not to look into the light, okay, and fall into the trap of New Ageism. Oh, and just think about the light and all the good things in your life. No. Let the low vibrational emotions come to the surface. The only way up is down and through. That lies at the heart of the concept of the shamanic descent into the underworld, which is basically a shamanic descent into the unconscious. In order to be able to rise up, we need to get rid of the low vibrational emotions of fear, of anger, of everything that locks us into their matrix. It needs to come to the surface, and this has everything to do with shadow work, the most important work we will ever do in our life. What helps you really do proper shadow work, I'll come right to the point, is a fast. When you fast, watch the belly, okay, the belly that's used to food. Watch the belly, the center of what? Emotions. Energy in motion. Here we go. We're connecting the dots here. You will heal your emotional center. When people say, what does your belly tell you? No, what does your heart tell you? The belly is the center of the Archon matrix of emotion, where they harvest your low vibrational emotion. And you're an energy battery for these vampires. When we do not cleanse and eliminate and heal those low vibrational emotions. And by healing those low vibrational emotions inside of us, we transform them to high vibrational energy, frequency, and vibration. And this is how we transcend their control system. It's called shadow work. These hidden controllers, and they're hidden for a reason. Schoolboy bullies, they're nothing in comparison to the potential that we hold when we do the work. And that has everything to do with discipline. Goodness me, did I begin to learn discipline this year, last year. Jeez, wow. Thank you, medicine, teaching me about discipline and attitude. Very important. Stay focused. Keep going. Stay with your intention of what you want to manifest. Face everything that comes your way and you will manifest your intention. Doesn't matter what the collective or any of these mind-controlled freaks think about you. See it as a compliment when they see you as crazy. They are masters of perception, deception, and it goes mighty deep. Mighty deep. That's why we need to get rid of all of our shadows in order to not fall trap of their mind control programming. Because even during your awakening process, you will still be susceptible to their mind control programming. Which is the reason why in the coming center of Gnosticism that will be in the Salzkammergut here in Austria, we're going to open many other centers of Gnosticism, including also in Vienna and other places where there will be a revival of Gnosticism and a new renaissance that gets kick-started here on Earth. Because me and Liz here at the Gnostic Takeover, we are the gatekeepers of the new paradigm. We are initiating the new paradigm into existence. That's why we know so well about the perception illusionists and deceivers, mind controllers, hypnotizers, because we're transcending their control system. And what they are most adamant about is the control of esoteric information. You see, I don't get interviewed because I'm not meant to be interviewed as I'm going through this process. I'm happy with that. There's enough for me to do. Just doing these videos, it's a great honor to speak to you, share all of this with you. This is the real information. Yeah, what's really going on here on Earth? Oh, let me share my perspective. I have a thing or two to say there. The forces of ultimate power, I have a thing or more to share about this. It's time of the takeover here. Go and take a look at the title of this video and then you know what's really going on here at the Gnostic Takeover. It's really about control of esoteric information. That's the hidden knowledge. Esoteric information is inner knowledge. Inner knowledge, I would say, takes the shape of the word gnosis, the root word of knowledge. Gnosis is inner knowledge. It is only exclusively knowledge that you have yourself experienced, and therefore it is wisdom. That's the only real knowledge we will ever need. Okay, I love reading books myself. I get ideas also from reading books. However, if we only stay with the books, we don't get anywhere. We have to face. We have to confront. Confrontation is the only thing that eliminates fear. It checkmates the masters of perception, deception, and makes you transcend the energy, frequency, vibration, war, and the frequency spectrum that they want to lock you in. You get there by inner knowledge. And isn't it amazing? I mean, this is from the X-Files. It's brilliant. It's a masterclass of showcasting the masters of perception, deception. The truth is out there. Oh, the truth is still out there. No, not when you know that they want full control over esoteric information. They want you to stay locked in the exoteric information. Oh, there's the Rothschilds, they run the banking system, and it's a debt-based currency system, and it's an illusion, and they're imposing the smart grid. It's all exoteric. All exoteric. It's all outside of you. Klaus Schwab is outside of you. Supposedly. They want control of esoteric information. Oh, the truth is still out there. Oh, the truth is out there. When the only real place where the truth is residing is inside of you. That's where the truth is. And that's why I'm talking about the biggest secret. Oh, it's a big secret. It's actually not the absolute biggest secret, but it's definitely one of the biggest secrets. So the first rule of Fight Club is, what's the first rule of Fight Club? You do not speak about Fight Club. Okay? Oh my goodness. And they really run their control system delicately. And never intervene while the enemy is making mistakes. That's all I can say. They are master deceivers, and they will keep you guessing all day long. Okay, the first rule of Fight Club is that you do not speak about the Vampire Club. They are energetic vampires, and they're walking among us. Yeah, they're right here. They're right here. And it's a shocker. It's a real shocker when you begin to find out. That's my current estimate, okay? I'm happy to be corrected. Very happy, because it's not a nice reality to be confronted with. At this moment in time, 99% plus of mankind are preys of the energy vampires. They're stuck in the mind control system, even though many think that they're awakening from this mind control system. It's good that you're awakening, it's good that you're in the process of awakening, but never, ever, ever underestimate the enemy. Never underestimate the enemies of life. And it has been my personal experience that these energy vampires have been placed all around me throughout my entire life, including my family. I was born into the family that I was born in for the singular reason to take down the control system. Every single member of my family is part of the vampire empire. Yep. Brother, sister, mother, father. Everyone. Guess where I'm living right now? In this room I'm in. I talked about the difficult circumstances that me and Liz are living in right now. Yeah. Confrontation. You wanted the truth? That's why no one wants the truth. That's why everyone runs away when it's about finding out the biggest secret. Yeah, that's what they meant with Fight Club. Okay, it's not a club where they fight. That's the movie narrative. No, vampires. It's a vampire club. And they want everyone to subordinate to their vampire agenda, and you continue being a battery for them. And goodness me, have I got lots of information on how they have specifically engineered the food industry in order to continue locking you in their fear-based frequency spectrum. I'm talking about sugar and wheat. Oh, many don't want to hear it. You think I wanted to hear that? No. I was given this information by the highest level of intelligence on earth here, because it was necessary for me to find out how they keep us locked in their matrix. Sugar, wheat, meat, and that is only the beginning. Cheese, dairy products, forget it, okay? Yeah, continue on, swimming in your ignorance. Go right ahead and knock yourself out. Cheese that you put on your table. I didn't say this was easy. I said this was the truth. And everyone make of it what you want, okay? Here's someone speaking who actually is transcending their control system, who actually has learnt discipline. And let me tell you, you can make some incredible cheese with almonds, with other products. It's amazing. It's absolute, with oats. It's amazing what a beautiful cheese you can make for your pizza, for your pasta, with oats and coconut milk, which when we have the time, when we actually have a real place to live, which we call our own, where we are left in peace, We'll do videos on recipes, great recipes that we can share with you, how we do our cheese. Right? So they're walking among us. I've just spilt it, okay? Yeah, it's the truth. I'm coming out with the whole truth. I've got nothing to hide. I want to get away from here where I am right now. And I only get that by sharing the truth. Yeah. It's a Archon vampire empire, as I've often said. And as it goes with the quote, very popularly known by many people from Carlos Castaneda, a quote by Don Juan Matus, the shaman that he interacted with and wrote many books about. They are in fear of being discovered any minute now, and especially their mind control program. Because the mind control program, they've infested 99.99999% of mankind are still in the mind control program. I would even say that I myself am still transcending out of that mind control program, which is the reason why I'm doing a fast, to get all of it out. Okay? Again, the fast being the most effective way of getting rid of this program. And this program is a medium to a parasite. It's like a supercomputer. Okay? And every single agent of the principle of this supercomputer that is run by AI, probably, I would say so, yeah. Artificial intelligence, and that's the principle, this centrally controlled computer system. And they've got all their agents placed around you. Especially when you're a Gnostic, into occult information and want to find out what's going on in the world. Go and take a look at your environment. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I just said it was going to be the truth. First rule of Fight Club, you do not talk about Fight Club. And no one of my friends talked about it. And every one of my friends was part of the vampire empire. Knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. They were all hacked. They all want to prevent you from exposing the truth and taking down their system. And that's how you, speaking about taking down the system, the nuclear weapon against the enemies of life. Ladies and gentlemen, the plant medicine intelligence. If you were able to meet the truth, you will be able to drink it. That's all I can say. The actual real biggest secret is this medicine. If there's one thing that's the most important thing that you can ever do in your life, is to drink this medicine. But come prepared. Okay. I say this sometimes to Liz, if people ask me, how is it? Do you recommend drinking plant medicine? Do you recommend drinking ayahuasca together with datura? And I say, yeah, absolutely. There couldn't be a more important thing that you can do. But then again, I would think, hang on a minute, maybe not. It goes both ways. It's the most awesome thing that you can do, and it's the most devastating, self-destructive thing you can do. Yeah, because it takes down the program. And yeah, enlightenment is a destructive process. I am experiencing it. It's also a beautiful process. Again, we come back to attitude. Attitude, maybe it should, the principle of mentalism, which is one of the principles of natural law, maybe it could at times be called the principle of attitude, because that's what it really describes. Mentalism is all about attitude and having the spirit to learn. We need to learn as mankind. I need to learn from this intelligence. which is the reason why I was chosen by this medicine to partake in medicine, because you don't get to drink this medicine unless you are ready for it and unless you're meant to drink it. It comes at the right time for you, so don't worry. Everything comes to you at the right time. Trust in life, have your intention right, know what you want to do, and it will come. Everything will come. So yeah, I took the nuclear weapon because guess what? They're genociding mankind. It's a genocide. Of course it is. It's been a genocide even before 2020. Normalizing wars, economic warfare, even before that, 2008. Even before that, everyone who doesn't subordinate to their program of mind control and get a job, it's a genocide program. That's why they make it so hard for people like me and Liz also. Okay? You see, I'm in full trust to the plant medicine that everything's meant to be the way it is. However, I know that this program is specifically tasked to cut all financial support and donations to the Gnostic Takeover, because we're taking down this program. That's why it's at war with us. It's at war with the truth, as I said. That's why it's at war with us, because we align with the truth. It's the only path to freedom. Yeah. And I don't let them genocide mankind. How do the children here of this earth deserve that? They do not deserve that. I have to take full responsibility. I can't give this responsibility to anyone else. Therefore, I claim it and continue moving forward no matter what. Because I trust that I will always be protected by the one and only source of all creation and the highest expression of intelligence here on earth, the plant medicine. So, all these big words, huh? The chosen ones. Yeah, we ourselves choose us. We ourselves choose ourselves to be the chosen one. The Neo in the Matrix movie. Male and female. Okay? And that's all it is. We choose ourselves. This is a path that we take. It's a journey that we take. Me and Liz have been on a journey of plant medicine for at least 1.5 years. It's been the most intense journey. Ridiculously challenging. But nothing has made us grow more than this. And it is not a measure of a man or a woman to be in the comfort zone, but a measure of a man and a woman is in times of difficulties. That's where you see what you're made out of, and that's where you get the potential out of you. You unlock that potential. So yeah, the chosen ones, no, the real question is who really wants the truth, and it's a devastating question, because you see where mankind is still at right now. Who really wants the truth? Well, many listening here, I would say. You'll realize that it's only up to us. It's only up to what we do. The choices we make will make all the difference. We're the ones. Okay, there's no organization that you can become a member of and they'll make the world better. They've all been co-opted, otherwise they wouldn't be an organization. So we need to learn morality on a deep level. You do not get away with your addictive behavior. You do not get away with it, because this mind control system, The Archon Vampire Empire feeds of your addictions. That's a very good estimate of following the energies that are still running inside of you of their control system. Addictions. And we don't get away with any of it. If we want to be in the one and only truth, if we want to transcend this control system and enter in the new paradigm, the new level of existence of evolution here on Earth. As simple as. And you see, the crazier you are perceived, the closer you are to the truth. I've been called many names. I have a superiority complex. I think I'm special. I think that other people don't do a good job. And you think you're the only one who's doing a good job. And there's millions of people waking up doing a good job. I don't care. I don't know millions. All I have control over, power over, is my own actions, is what I do, is what I see, is what I am every single day. That's become my life. My life has become truth. Truth has become my life. My life has become my work. My work has become truth. Truth has become my life. And they all think you're crazy. Well, I don't give a fuck. Call me crazy. I see it as a compliment. Because they live a life of mediocrity. They live a life of miserability. Miserable. Hoping that the next boyfriend or the next girlfriend is going to be better. Thinking that it's not them that have to change. Oh, and let's hope. No, only religion does hope. We here at the Gnostic Takeover, we trust. We make our intention. We do fire rituals, especially on full moon. Last full moon just now, we did 3 fire rituals and decided to do a 1-week fast at least to take down the enemies of life. Oh, that's crazy. Means I'm on the right path. You have to know the language of life. Never follow the collective. Only do what you feel is the right thing to do. The Gnostic Takeover is taking down criminals. I'm sick of them. I don't fear criminals. Criminals fear me. What do criminals fear? Criminals fear the truth coming out. Because criminals are locked in the shadow world that fears the light. That's all. And that's what we do here. And it's a beautiful thing to do. This is real light work, if you want to call it that. I don't like to call it that because it's so been perverted by the New Age religion. I don't call it light work. I call it the great work. Yeah, taking down criminals. With a notice of liability, it freezes them. I had a dream about this. I think I shared this in one of the last videos. I had a dream that as soon as you hold an agent of the Archon Vampire Empire control system, if you hold them liable, they freeze. Okay? Yeah, we got the solution here at the Gnostic Takeover, and that's why we're sharing it. Very important information. And this is very important. This is the heart of this presentation. Okay? What is happening through the Gnostic Takeover, I'm sharing with all of you here in this very, very important update. I've not done a video for more than 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks. For a reason, because most of the work happens while I am offline. That's where the work happens. If you think that in the meantime, me and Liz are lying in the sunshine, sunbathing and whatever, you are mistaken. We work every single day. We work all day long. Because it's self-work. esoteric information, is inner knowledge, is inner work. And what is happening through us by initiating and bringing the new paradigm into existence here on Earth, eliminating the old paradigm, we are implementing the superstructure. What do I mean by that? This is what checkmates the control system, the entire control system. And you don't need anyone else but yourself to checkmate the control system. That's what the superstructure that we're implementing through natural law, natural order does. It checkmates this control system. It checkmates the control system of the enemies of life that are in fear of being discovered any minute now. It checkmates the entire control system because at least 1 and 2, that's how it always begins. It all begins with 1. The power lies in the individual, not in any collective. They've mind controlled us that, oh, we need to all stand together against this control system. No, wrong. It all starts with 1. Stop counting at 23. This is the singular principle that is ignored by the controlled opposition, Mark Passio. He says there's a hidden 8th principle of natural law, the principle of care. Wrong. It's the principle of the 1, Mark. The most hidden knowledge here on Earth is the principle of the 1 that checkmates the entire control system. And that's how it works, okay? Natural law integrated in one individual, okay? The all-seeing eye is not some order of the Illuminati. That is their theater, pathetic, mind control version of history. No, the Illuminati speaking here right now. The Illuminati is the corona that they fear. They call it a virus for a reason. Because, again, it checkmates their control system through the implementation of the superstructure of natural law. That is the all-seeing eye. I am the all-seeing eye. I am the Illuminati. And it's a trinity, a triangle, a pyramid, where the all-seeing eye is in when the trinity flows harmoniously. When thoughts, emotions, and actions are in complete alignment. And there's no blocking frequency in between that. That's where we are, in alignment with the Trinity. This links into the 3, 6, and 9. The 3, Trinity, the basis. The 6 of manifestation, the corporal. And the 9 that takes us up into the higher sphere. We can only go higher when we go lower. Eliminate the lower nature, activate the higher nature. I am the Illuminati. And you see, this pyramid and the above pyramid, the all-seeing eye, is a holographic representation of the entire pyramid. That's why it checkmates it. And the capstone of the pyramid is inserted onto what? A trapezoid. See the trapezoid? The control system. This is a trapezoid. That's why it's one of the symbols of Satanism. That's why it's the control system. They've inverted that and claimed that they are the all-seeing eye, the nothing. We are the all-seeing eye. When we integrate truth into our being. It only takes one, and natural law is implemented. And then the superstructure is implemented. And they are then governed. The entire control system of this pyramid, this trapezoid of the trap. That's the real trap, is the trapezoid without the capstone. That's why they hide the truth, because the capstone, the all-seeing eye, is the truth. That's why they hide the information about natural law. That's why they have gatekeepers like Mark Passio tasked with the information, hiding the real information about natural law. David Icke hiding the real information about the nature of reality. John Lam Lash hiding the real information about Gnosticism. Because it's the capstone, the all-seeing eye, that superimposes, supersedes the entire control system and checkmates it. Shachmat. That's what takes down the criminals. And natural law is implemented through you as the all-seeing eye. And there's not a thing that the control system can do about it, because it's a new information system that you're receiving. These control freaks and controllers, they know exactly where I am right now. They can't do a thing, they can't come into my reality, because I know the nature of reality. And I'm in morality, I'm in the one and only truth. Therefore, I cannot be touched, and I cannot be stopped in what I do. And it's the control system you cannot see. It's very important. Very important. It's the control system you cannot see. Oh, and they've hidden it. Oh my goodness, it is so hidden. You really have to make the experience. And they've created this whole theater show. You see, they're storytellers. They know that mankind is a storytelling animal. They know that we define our reality over stories. That's why they tell us stories, to lock us in about those stories. And this whole conspiracy culture narrative of some hidden banking families that run this control system, and maybe they're black magicians, oh, they're Satanists, oh, Eyes Wide Shut was this scene that was taken out and it was all filmed in a Rothschild mansion. It's all Hollywood. It's all Hollywood to hide the real dynamics of this control system. Because you want to keep this control system running. And you have people like David Icke and others start this narrative. Okay, that's where it came from, and then it is regurgitated, because you'll find evidence and clues about all of this, but all the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are actors. They do nothing. They just sit around like old men that do nothing. It's just a Truman Show. They just play the act, so you don't really find out what the real control system is and how it runs. So you stop it, end it, and then they all run. They all freaking run. They run the fuck away from Stephen Wybrow, supposedly, according to this mind control system. He's completely crazy. Ooh. Completely a nobody. The crazier you are perceived, the closer you are to the truth. In this system, I'm a nobody. However, in my true nature, I take down the entire control system of a multi-dimensional criminal network, satanic pedophile network. I don't fear them, they fear me. They want to project their fear onto my psyche, because it's their fear. That's what you have to suss. They always want to invert everything. They want to program that you fear them so they don't have to fear you. That's how it is. But you can begin to see the control system. And do I have information for you here? The Gnostic Takeover is spiritual awakening. And it is the breaking bad of spiritual awakening, okay? You've heard me talk about this before. And obviously this is very dear to me. But goodness me, the level of deep insight that you can find in this series, okay? And spoiler alert, I will use aspect of Breaking Bad, so if you don't want to have it spoiled, you want to watch it yourself, because I highly recommend it, then you have to skip the next 5 minutes or so. It truly is astounding. And I realize now so clearly why the plant medicine has instructed me to look at this series closely, take notes and decode it fully, because the level of insight is I've never seen deeper levels of it. And also with the spin-off series, which normally the spin-offs are nothing, but it's on the same level as Breaking Bad is Better Call Saul. Massive. So I've stopped watching the last 2-3 months, the last 2 months I would say, I've stopped watching. I don't watch anything anymore. I've left Plato's cave for the time being, because I'm engaged in spiritual warfare with the enemies of life. That's why I had to stop, but I'll watch it again because it's so genius. And it's the Gnostic Takeover of Spiritual Awakening. It is so because it's a story of transformation of the character Walter White that you can see to the left here. That's in the first episode of the series. And you get to see a complete transformation of what is basically a failed chemistry genius who, because of the circumstances of his life, didn't fulfill the promise that he had, the potential that he had. It's basically a beautiful story about mankind. When you subordinate to this program, you will not, no matter what level of this program and the societal matrix that the psychopathic class have set up, no matter what level of the pyramid you can climb up to, you are not fulfilling your full potential. And that's what you can see in the very first episode of Breaking Bad, is a broken man called Walter White. He's a chemistry teacher at high school, teaches chemistry to students who are not interested. All these students are being mind controlled, being told by their parents they need good grades so they can go to mind control university, to finish mind control university and be integrated in the system to be a battery to these energy vampires. That's why they don't like to listen to Walter White as a chemistry teacher, because deep down everyone knows that this system is slavery and everyone wants out of this system. The thing is, do we have access to the information that will make us transcend out of this system? And how much have you really suffered? Have you suffered enough in order to then take in the truth that will transform your world, and you'll realize that you do not have to fear the truth? It's good letting go of meat, it's good letting go of cigarettes, it's good letting go of wheat, it's good letting go of sugar, it's good letting go of alcohol, it's good letting go of all of this nonsense. Because you are here for a higher purpose, especially when you're listening to this broadcast here. And that broken man, Walter White, who after school he has to go and wash the cars of other people. That instant he has to wash the car of a student, gets laughed at, no respect from his environment, because he himself doesn't respect himself. Then he gets the diagnosis that he's got lung cancer. And that is the moment where something shifts inside of him. And the story goes on. I don't want to tell the whole story, obviously. The story goes on that this broken man, loser character of the first episode, basically becomes Scarface, a drug lord who knows exactly what he wants. However, following the path of immorality, but nonetheless with absolute discipline. That's why you can extrapolate everything that you see on Breaking Bad and know that it absolutely describes spiritual awakening. But what it describes with Walter White is a transformation of a man into his shadow self. So that's where I'll leave it for now with part 2. Alright, stay tuned for part 3. Hello and welcome everyone. Here we are again. The Gnostic Takeover is Spiritual Awakening. You have probably just listened to the story of transformation of Walter White. And there's a reason why I'm pointing this out, because it truly is a control system you cannot see. And you'll only be able to see when you really want to see, if you really want to find out the truth. And there's that jaw drop moment. This is the character called Hank in the series, who is Walter White's brother-in-law. And throughout the series, Hank is an agent of the DEA, and throughout the series he's chasing a shadowy character who goes by the name of Heisenberg, a drug lord, meth empire persona that Walter White has transformed into. So Walter White during the series becomes Heisenberg. And he's chasing this man throughout the entire time, and there comes a moment where he goes to the toilet and he can connect the first dot, where he finds out that the man he was chasing for the best part of 1.5 years is his brother-in-law directly in his family. And throughout the series, you watch it and you know this fact. You know it. And you wonder, how is it that he cannot see it? How can he not, with all the things that happen in between and with all the... How can he not connect that dot? And there's a reason. And the reason is because we do not understand the real dynamics of the control system that you cannot see. That's why he can't see it. Because it's a control system you cannot see, and because Hank, as a DEA agent, doesn't know how this control system really works. And it's because of emotional attachment. Because he's emotionally attached and connected to Walter White and his family and his wider family, he cannot see that it is his brother-in-law who has been playing him all along knowingly. That's where the jaw drops. Oh, that's how the real dynamics of this control system is. The enemy is within. The truth is not out there. The enemy is within. Same as the truth is within. And when you discover the enemy, it's game over for the enemy, because you've identified them, and then it only becomes a matter of time until the control system unravels and is eliminated here on Earth. So, the network out there That is another fiction and manipulation. The manipulation of focusing outside. They're actually an outside force. Okay? And right now, I'm doing an inside job. Oh, and they hate me for that. They hate me that I do not have the emotional attachment anymore. In order to be able to fulfill the purpose of why I'm here. It's not only a shadow force, it's not only the dark force. A really appropriate name for them is they are the outside force. They want you to focus your attention always on outside, never on the inside. Never to question your surroundings, never to question the people around you, never to question yourself and the behavior where you lie to yourself. When you know what is moral, I've had this myself, I knew it was immoral to eat meat and I still continued to eat meat because I didn't want to admit that I'm addicted to it. It's just a small example. They want your attention outside, okay? That's where you stay under control. That's where you're in the esoteric and you're running around in circles of the labyrinth of their Wetiko matrix control system. Should I tell you what the control system is in reality? That's what it is. The control system in reality. And no one wants to hear this. No one wants to hear it. Which is the reason why I'm speaking again. I go back to the very beginning. Truth is the rarest thing in the world. The control system in reality. Do you know what it is? Oh, it's definitely there where you would least or never suspect it. What do they say in the Wetiko matrix construct? What do they say always? The most important in life is the family. Goodness me. How inverted they have created their world of mind control. It's truly unbelievable, but you see, this is how deep I have dug, and I had to realize, and this medicine, the plant medicine, communicated to me, and it communicates all the clarity that you need about you, yourself, who you are, and why you chose this life, and why you incarnated specifically into the family that you have incarnated in. And in my case, doesn't have to be in your case, okay? I don't put that forward. What I'm talking about here is my individual case, and at this point I'm not confident enough to say that this is a general procedure or a general theme for everyone. I'm just talking about my own journey and my discovery. I specifically chose to incarnate in the family that I incarnated in order to take down the control system that they serve knowingly, and they are knowingly lying to me. Every single day they pull up a theater, and it's really like I'm in the Truman Show. That's really how deep it has gone. And the truth is beautiful. I have exited my family. I have filed 3 notices to the 2 main family members that we're engaged with here. they're being held liable, and that's the reason why they can't touch me. They've threatened me with the police. I filed a notice of liability to them. Since then, there's no talk about it anymore because it freezes these agents. It's the notice of liability. The notice and the notice process of just writing your notice, claiming the truth the way you see it, it is the most powerful thing you can do, because let me tell you, with these vampires, you cannot speak, you cannot communicate with them, because they will stick to their story till their breath is out. They're even they will continue just to live that lie, because they have to protect it, because you do not speak about Fight Club, remember? What was that? The biggest secret. First rule of Fight Club is you do not speak about Fight Club. First rule of the Vampire Empire is you do not speak about the family that is part of the Archon Vampire Empire. And that would rather have this control system continue than you taking the control system down and have a beautiful life for every single member of the human family of mankind. They would rather have this control system and this genocide running than that being exposed. It's a psychological, emotional control system. That's the real nature of this control system. Everything else is a distraction. The Rothschilds, whatever name, Klaus Schwab, all of them, they're nothing in comparison to the real working dynamics of this control system. And this is what they always hide. They want you to believe their story, the conspiracy culture narrative, keep you all guessing if we live in an artificial simulation or is it a natural simulation. No, there's two fields. There's a natural field, you can go out in nature, you can experience that natural field, and there is an artificial field, and you see the 5G tower that represents that frequency. It's an energy, frequency, vibration war. However, in its real nature, how esoterically this control system manifests inside of you and how you can take it down is always psychological, emotional. The psychological, emotional control system. Which is why it's called the principle of mentalism. And through the principle of mentalism, by changing your mental vibrational state, you change your energetic state, you transcend out of their mind control prison. Yeah. Who programmed the control system into my psyche? Mommy? Daddy? Oh, I just answered that question. Yeah, that's the root level. That's how deep it goes. Not Klaus Schwab, not any politician that you saw on the television all your life. No, who programmed the control system into my psyche? I know who it was. My brother, who traumatized me when I was 3 to 4 years old. By the way, I've forgiven you, Robert. I've forgiven you. Okay, I had to make this experience. That doesn't mean that I want anything to do with you in the state that you're in right now, because you're on the best path to self-destruction. Let me tell you, because he's the spy who watches all my videos, keeps a check on me. Just so you know, you're walking into the cesspit, and it's only you doing that to yourself, and keep lying to yourself. Alright? That's your path. You choose your own destruction. I'm your best friend telling you. I won't tell you in your face anymore. I want nothing to do with you. The same as I want nothing to do with my family. Not family is the most important. The truth is the most important. Yeah, it's like I ended up in the Truman Show. It's incredible. I know it sounds weird. But that is what was showcasted in that series, or in that movie. They can't touch Truman. They can't stop him exiting that studio. Oh, and what do you think they had on the radio there in the Truman Show? Or the alternative media that Truman was allowed to consume? Oh yeah, the whole conspiracy culture narrative. Oh, it's these banking families. No, it's the family, not the banking families. No, go one step back. The only thing that exists in reality is that what you can face. You can't face the Rothschilds. You can't face the banking dynasties. No, what you can face is your environment, the family, the friends. Are you ready for a new life? Walk the path of the truth. Let everyone go who does not support you, wants to intimidate you, wants to tell you that you're leading nowhere. Everyone needs a job, everyone needs a wage. It's over. We're initiating the new paradigm here. This is the last level of the network that I've had to face, because we were passed down from one level of the network to the next. First, I was engaged with Errol, a Satanist, who was also here on the Gnostic Takeover. First with Errol, then we got Saint Corona at the top, at the High Priest of Satanism. Then we got a apartment from another vampire, who was our so-called landlord, more like a gay lord he was. Another level of the empire busted. We ended up at my family. We've busted that. Now also, I've already told them that I've seen through their entire theater. They don't, they can't say anything because I've seen through it. So when that is busted, our intention becomes manifested, because we've busted through all levels of the network, right down to the family unit. We've busted that level of the network, and then the network has to serve you and your command, because you are in command. And that's how we get our new house. This is the real thinking in truth. In truth, you solve this entire world situation where the mafia has stolen the entire world. The only right way you can solve that situation is with the mafia having to give you everything back. So I command the network that you must give me and Lisandra Stadler our new home, our beautiful, wonderful new home, our new house with a new car parked right at the parking lot there in front of the house, with the keys of the house, with the keys of the car. I command you must give back Leonie Maria Stadler and let her return to her mama, Lisandra Stadler. And I command the network that you must give me and Lisandra Stadler 369,000 euros, either in cash or transferred onto the bank account details underneath in the description that you can find, and you send us an email or contact us directly where our new house is, because your show is busted. And with that money, we'll be able to initiate the new paradigm, and then we will be the ones that will be supporting others to exit the control system and to share their potential with the world. This is what we have to do. There's nothing else that we can do. So at the end, the fast is the final nail in the coffin for these energy vampires. Okay, they can't eat from you anymore when you stop eating. Okay, not forever, but starve the parasite. That's what we're doing right now. Doing again. Because we really want it. We want out of the situation that we're in right now. And you see, it's amazing, this book. I can recommend it, but always be careful. There's traps everywhere. Dispelling Wetiko, breaking the curse of evil. You've got this picture here, and it says it in the picture. Exactly, that's the Wetiko mind virus. That's where it's located. It's in the belly. And you starve it by doing a fast. That's the ultimate truth. That's how you take down the control system inside of you. And I only read 2/3 of the book, and there was never any mention of fasting, interestingly enough. But you have it right there in the picture. Yeah, that's what eliminates the control system, is to fast. Yeah, and we take down the control system here at the Gnostic Takeover. We've basically reached the end here. This is one of the second from last of the slides. It always starts with 1. Okay, this control system is structured pyramidically, strictly hierarchical, and you only have to invert that pyramid, that upright pyramid, and that's how you take it down. It's the pyramid of the 1, the principle of the 1, the most important. I would say they're all important, but it all starts with the 1 of the Hermetic principles of natural law. That's the magnetic pyramid. Magnetism takes down all electronic systems. That's why the Wetiko matrix construct cannot access your reality anymore, because you are now electromagnetic when you walk the path of the truth. So yeah, that's it. I've got this at the end also, because until our intention is made manifest, I've already said we are going to break our fast. We want to feed our cats also, and until that moment, we know all we can do is we will support all of mankind to usher in the new paradigm. Anchor yourself in the new paradigm, because it's here. The sun is shining. Okay, there may still be clouds in your perception, okay, but don't let your vision of clarity cloud your judgment. Sun is out. We're the representatives of this sun. Okay, we'll keep shining as we go through our shadows and take down our shadows and heal our shadows. We thank you for your support in our ongoing project to take back the earth. Here's the address for PayPal donation. Okay, bank details. You've got everything you need. If you truly want to make a difference, you'll make all the difference by supporting the real people. So this is it. I'm in full trust. I let everything go. I know I'm doing my best every single day, which is the only thing that I can and ever will do. So everything is clear. All I have power over is that which I can immediately control in my direct environment. I'm looking at things from the inside out, not being distracted by the outside drama of banking crises that the enemies of life have no authority to do, because we're implementing the superstructure through the plant medicine onto the entire pyramid. Shachmat, checkmate. And now you, the network, you give us our new house and all the commands we've already shared. New house, new car, 369,000 euros, cash or bank account. Leonie Maria Stadler, the daughter of Lisandra Stadler, back to her mama. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. You're done. It's over. And it is so because I say so, because I have chosen so, because I have commanded it so, because I feel so. I feel connected to my reality creation. And energetic liability falls onto every single parasitic being here on earth now. Thank you. joining me for this intense, long live stream. It's been quite the ride for me, and I'll go back into silence. I'll exit the internet airwaves. Looking forward to hear from all of you. There's many good things coming in the future. Stay tuned for all of that. We've got a center of Gnosticism opening up very soon. It's going to be our new home. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. So till next time, take very, very, very good care. All the best with your process.